Welcome back to Eye on South Asia. Moving on to the next story, Sunil, it's about the Miss Diaspora Beauty Contest that we had briefly touched upon last episode, right? Our very own Miss Harpreet Bagga was a part of it.
They also call her Mimi. Mimi B.
Mimi B, good to know.
Yeah.
So she was there, and it was there this, did it already happen?
Yeah, it was last Friday.
It was in Amnesia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was last Friday.
Right.
And it was Miss Diaspora, obviously girls from different countries had come in, and she was representing India. And it was very colorful event, very nice, and she actually ended up winning what they call the Best Costume Award.
Right.
Obviously the colorful Indian costumes, she would look pretty in those. And when she was asked this question, what made you apply to Miss Diaspora contest?
Right.
She replied that she wanted to find a platform to bring awareness for her cause and take it to another level. You know, she works with a not-for-profit organization. They provide nursing services to seniors, and very interesting cause, very interesting job. And this girl herself is a major in biochemistry. She has a creative interest, and then she has a professional interest. On the creative side, here she is participating in the beauty pageant. On the other hand, she is working in the services side, being a biochemistry major. And she said, I come from a cross culture representing two different cultures. I am currently working actively for a humanitarian corporations and NGO for underprivileged children in third world countries to advocate literacy. And by representing here tonight, I want to prove to all that children, whether Slumdog Millionaire or Pride and Prejudice, no matter where you come from, you can still stand tall. Which is what I met her recently and I asked her, why did you go for it? She said, you know, I was not sure if I can stand in front of such a large audience and speak up confidently. She's a very confident girl otherwise, but I've never done it in the past. So I said, let me participate in a beauty pageant. You can't be farther than that.
You can't test your confidential skills more.
Absolutely. Here you are thrown in front of tons of people and you are representing your country. And she said, if I can stand up there and I can speak up, I guess I have it in me, and rest is to be cultivated. Hats off to her. Long way to go and cultivate all her creative interests. On the other hand, we have our own Miss India USA pageant.
Right.
This year again. It was Miss New York was concluded last month. This pageant has been going on for a long time. And we have with us Dharmatma Saran. He's the chairman of India Festival Committee, which is responsible for the city-state pageants, and then the Miss India USA, and then finale is Miss India Worldwide. And let's get him on the phone.
Definitely.
Mr. Dharmatma Saran, welcome to our show, Eye on South Asia. And I know you're very excited about Sunday when you have your Miss India USA. How long Miss India USA pageant has been there?
Thank you, Sunil. Actually, this year is a very special year for us. We are celebrating our 30th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Miss India USA started 30 years ago.
Congratulations. And this is under the India Festival Committee?
Yeah, it is under the banner of IFC. And just to tell you that Miss India USA is the oldest Indian pageant in the world outside of India.
And it hosts the youngest Indian girls, most talented Indian girls onto the pageant from US. How many states are participating this year?
I have not counted, but I think it's about 20 or 21 states are participating.
Wow, with 4 million Indians amongst 290 million Americans all over the country, you are able to still get out of 51 states, 20 to 22 states, girls into this. Extremely wonderful.
As you know, there are not enough Indian population in many states, so
right.
You know, we cannot organize a pageant there.
So how do you put it together? So you have all different states hosting their own pageants? And
we have all the major Indian states where there is a sizable Indian population. They organize Indian pageants like Miss India California, Miss India Texas, Miss India Florida. The winner comes for the national pageant.
And where is the event? Where is the event happening this year?
It is on Sunday, November 20th at Royal Albert Palace in Forts, New Jersey.
Oh, wonderful. And anybody can come and attend the event?
Yeah, it is open to everybody, but of course there is a ticket.
Yeah. So it's people can buy the tickets online or go
They can buy it online at sulekha.com.
Dharmatmaji, tell me, why did you start this 30 years ago? Different people have done something different, something this way. You are the only person who has been doing it for more than 30 years now. Why? What came to your mind?
Well, when we came to this country, we saw that, the Indian children growing up, they were not getting into Indian activities. There was not much for them to show their talent. So we thought it would be a good idea to start a pageant, and we started first Miss India New York pageant, which happened in the basement of Air India office at that time, used to be on Park Avenue, with an audience of 20 people. And since then we have grown. Now we have pageants in over 35 countries. We have grown to be an international pageant called Miss India Worldwide.
Yeah, tell us, so from Miss India USA, the similar events happen all over the world, and then it goes to the next level, right?
Right, which is the final level, which is called Miss India Worldwide, which is the only international Indian pageant.
And where is it this year?
It was held in yes, what?
Where is it this year?
This year it was held in Dubai already in May. Next year it is on February 25th in Paramaribo, and I'm very happy to tell you that the government of Suriname, the president of Suriname, has declared February 25th as a national holiday in honor of Miss India Worldwide.
Oh, wonderful. It has been hosted in India, it has been hosted in South Africa, now Dubai, and now going into Suriname.
It has happened in Singapore also, and many other states in USA also, in California, in Florida.
Now, the girls who have normally won, even including Miss India USA and Miss India Worldwide, I believe many of them have gone on to even join Bollywood industry very successfally.
Yes, some of our winners have joined Bollywood. One of our current winner, Miss India USA 3 years ago, Richa Gangopadhyay, is one of the top actors in Telugu movie. Aarti Chhabria is one of our pageant product. And on Indian TV, Ruby Bhatia and Kamal Sidhu, Reshma Malik, there are so many who came through our pageant.
Right, and I believe last year your girl went on to even ZTV's concert competition, eventually the girl from
Yeah, last year Miss India Worldwide, Nikita Shah was in India dance program of ZTV. She was the only girl from USA, only person from USA to be selected.
And who is the celebrity and who are the big names for this Sunday's event?
For Miss India USA, we have not invited many celebrities, but there is a possibility of getting some, and I do not want to tell unless until it is confirmed.
So that is the mystery for this Sunday for people. And
yes.
I have seen you working at these pageants left, right and center all the time. It's very hard, but with you always I've seen your wife very quietly, politely, Neelam Saran, as an anchor person working behind you. In fact, earlier your daughters used to be helping you. Tell us, what is her role, Neelam's role?
Well, she basically works with contestants, and she makes them comfortable. They all call us uncle or auntie. Actually, our pageant is like a family affair. All the winners or the contestants, they become like a family, and we have established very good relation with all these girls, not only in USA but all over the world.
Our compliments to you, Mr. Saran, and of course, best wishes for your Sunday event and the event that is happening in Suriname in February 12th. We'll keep track of the stories as you host the event on Sunday. Report next week once again on ION South Asia. Thank you for coming on our show. That was Dharmatma Saran, Chairman and founder of India Festival Committee. Thank you once again. So Nitya, that was Dharmatma Saran, and he is the chairman and founder of India Festival Committee, and I have seen the pageants. He's truly right that it's like a family affair.
True.
But very organized, and it has grown year after year after year, and he has almost single-handedly, he's almost dedicated his life. I don't know what he does for a living otherwise. He has dedicated his life to make sure this event happens year after year and taken to all over the world. Like he said, is the only international pageant outside of India.
Which is very commendable, and some of the aspirants have been very successful in Bollywood.
Absolutely, and many of them have made 2 movies, regional movies and Bollywood movies and the television industry. So we'll watch on this Sunday. I plan to attend the event, and I'll come back to you next week what happened over there.
That should be interesting too.
Yep. Our own Radio Zindagi, 1550 AM, Jio, I think it says Jio Dil Se or something like that, and that's their mandate. They finally hosted a nice gala dinner in the Bay Area. This radio station which reported, we spoke to the founder promoters also in September. Right. It's just like 2 months old. September, October, yeah, 2 months old.
Barely
is the
2 months
third
old,
month.
Sunil.
And I was in Bay Area, you talk to anybody and everybody and the first thing they say, oh, have you heard of this Radio Zindagi? And I was like, what? Oh, Radio Zindagi, 1550 AM. And they are loving the RJs and they're loving the music.
They're loving the music, yes,
oh,
certainly.
They are really
I
loving
have my
the
friends
music.
coming back and telling me all about it.
And they're glued to it because they had experimented with other radio stations in the past which started well and then suddenly they lost focus.
Right.
And now here is a station which is constantly focused, this young team of people, Rohit Sani and Neeraj Dar and Praveen Sugla and Mr. Jain, they all have come together and they have a good knowledge of Indian music. Right. That is the point. And they focus on that. They organized this nice dinner at India Cultural Center, India Community Center. About 250, 300 people with the orchestra, and they introduced all their RJs one by one. And I believe there were proclamations, and there was the mayor and 2 or 3 different mayors, if not the deputy mayor. They all wanted to attend the event, San Jose, Fremont. Very successful dinner event. We hope this station continues to grow month after month, day after day actually, and keeps our community connected with our own favorite music.
I have heard it on the internet and I can vouch for their music. It's really good.
Very interesting story, Nitya. This girl, Smita Shah, she has won many, many awards last few years that I've been watching her. She's the daughter of very celebrated parents, Mr. Niranjan Shah and Pratima Shah, who came to US in early 70s. Mr. Niranjan Shah founded a very large engineering firm, and his daughter herself has another engineering firm of her own. She, the American Council of Engineering Companies, which is ACEC Illinois chapter, recognized Smita, owner and president of Spawn Tech, that is her engineering company, called for community services.
Right.
And this girl is very clear that young people today should recognize that in this age where it's timely, it's exciting, it's fashion forward to be involved in science, technology and engineering, which is a given. You have an iPhone in your hand, you have an iPad, you have whatever, iPods, all kinds of technological gadgets and going online, playing with the tools. But it's very important that you should be active in the community and you can really make a difference in people's lives. Very nice message. And she was decorated with this very high level of honors for her work. And
a step in the right direction by encouraging such talent.
Absolutely, and we commend her, and hopefully one of these days we'll get her on our show.
Right.
As we continue to track her work.
Right.
Our own Arundhati Roy was here, the Indian rights activist, and she was decorated. She was here to accept major awards from the decorated director Jonathan Demme of Silence of the Lambs fame. She was here for a fundraising gala organized by Norman Mailer Center at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York City, where she won the Norman Mailer Award for Distinguished Writing. And it's very strange when you observe her work. She is a great novelist, great writer, a lot of energy in it, but she has very unique views. I understand the premise, the basis of her views are very clear. The army of its own, the country cannot use its own army against its own people.
Right.
And she's constantly referring to Kashmir, where Indian army is engaged, and many times it's basically there to defend the country, but they sometimes get engaged with the civilians also. In that, many lives are lost on both sides. And she thinks that is not the right step. That is not the way to go about it. And she has been holding that for quite some time. And, there are people who think that is right. There are people who think that's not right. But she's holding on to her guns.
She has very strong views.
Yeah. And now we have a big convention coming up this weekend, which starts tomorrow with Gopi.
Right.
A global organization of people of Indian origin, which was founded by our own Mr. Thomas Abraham and a couple of more friends. Let's talk to him what's up this weekend from Gopi.
Sure.
Welcome to our show, Thomas Abraham, the founder of Gopi, global organization of people of Indian origin. Welcome to our show, Eye on South Asia. Thomas, tell us, why did you found Gopi?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to speak on your new television program. Congratulations for starting all these new television programs, which will be great services to our community.
Thank you.
And Gopi was started in 1989, when we found that there were a lot of human rights violation of our people in different parts of the world. It was happening in Guyana, Trinidad. In South Africa, apartheid was still going on. And then in some countries like Fiji, where, an elected government was thrown out in a coup.
Right.
And then we had the problem in the USA too. If you some of you may remember, there was a dot-buster issue. In fact, one of the person got killed in New Jersey.
Jersey
so
City.
When all these issues were happening, we thought we need to get together ourselves and look into how we can look into the issue of violation of our civil rights and human rights. And we traveled around the country. Remember, at that time there was no internet. The telephone calls were very expensive, and to get all our people from all over the world, we traveled to all over the world, and it took us about an organization of more than about 1 year to travel around the world and seek support. And finally, everybody came, and it was a major show in 1989 in New York City. It was the honorary patron of the convention was the then Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, and about 3,000 people came for 7 days, starting on a Sunday in Midtown in New York City, and it was a major success, and we passed our resolution, and the Gopi was formed at this convention where people from 26 countries came in.
Wow. Now, this is a huge undertaking. You're talking about taking the cause of people of Indian origin all over the world and their suppression or their exploitation or their abuse. Now, it is huge undertaking. How do you manage it?
Well, this is all voluntary work, and people have come forward to do it. And we have shown that we mean business. We are sincere to the cause. And people come forward, and I have not found any problem in raising money for such cases, and people spend enormous amount of time. And since at that time when we were getting hit, people came forward without any problem. But the problem is that we have to keep the interest.
Yes.
As you know, Indian community is so diverse according to religion, according to the region, according to the language we have back in India. And even when you go further into every segment of our society according to religion, we have caste and subcaste, and so it is a highly divisive community, but we have put together a broad front of Indian community, Indian platform, because wherever you come from India, doesn't matter, the local Americans or the local Britishers or the people in Europe, they see anybody with brown color, they are all Indian. So we brought them together under one platform. But again, you have to think about how to bring the people together. When there is an issue, people obviously come together.
When you talk about issue, Thomas, I take you on this one. When you talk about an issue, you were one of the first organizations in the forefront when the visa issue came up in the Indian consulate.
Well, we were the first one to sensitize everybody. As soon as we came to know that the consulate and Indian missions were charging enormous amount of money, we immediately did a petition drive, and within 10 days, about 32,000 people signed. It was petitioned to the Prime Minister of India, and it was an enormous success within no time.
Yes, absolutely.
The 3 ministries. In fact, it was so difficult to get things done, especially when there are bureaucracy involved. There are 3 ministries: Ministry of Overseas Indian Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs. But we managed to get it. And once you show that there is enough support, government listens, and that is what has happened to Gopi.
That was absolutely commendable effort, and everybody here noted it, that Gopi's leadership made a big difference. Of course, there were other organizations which came along with you eventually. On this weekend, what is this event that you are hosting in New Jersey?
Well, this is our biannual convention. Every 2 years we have to have, it's a democratic organization. We have delegates, we have live members, we have chapters. We all come together and sit down and look into what are the major issues, and it's going to be in New Jersey, at the Renaissance Woodbridge Hotel in Iselin, and we are expecting people from several countries from outside the United States. And the conference will evaluate, assess, and debate and discuss and deliberate on the current critical issues of interest and concern that confront the people of Indian origin that is, we are about 25 million people. So what are issues which are confronting us? And the theme of the convention is issues and concerns of the Indian diaspora. And this will examine the issues of consular services. We still have some remaining issues with the consulate, especially we want the Indian missions to drop that $175 and other service charges when you surrender the passport. And then also some of the other issues like, that other penalties which they charge. Then a lot of things on property, people owning NRIs owning properties in India. A lot of people are taking over the properties, and there is a lot of issues, and we can't be there to fight these cases. And we have been asking Government of India to have a fast-track court for NRIs. And then taxation, and here even in the people staying in United States particularly, there is a major issue which has come, especially the declaration of foreign accounts in you are holding in India.
Right.
So that is another issue, especially with the Internal Revenue Service. And then issues of health, the issues related to health of the NRIs and PIOs. Especially many of our people have increasing number of heart diseases and diabetes, so we will have a panel on that. Then we will also have some other session on women and youth, and then Indian migration. And because of another effort of Gopi, we have a new Calcutta Memorial, which is Government of India took over the project. That is to honor those people who migrated to countries like Trinidad, Guyana, Mauritius, and other places. So we will talk about those. And finally, a very good session on road to entrepreneurship, how to leverage diaspora network to jumpstart new ventures. So these are going to be.
That's wonderful. This is like a huge portfolio that you'll be discussing over this weekend with the delegates and the other guests who will come to the event.
Yeah, and our new ambassador is going to be there.
Yes,
certainly. And remember, Gopi is a very broad platform. We have all professions, whether it is motor owners or medical doctors or engineers or entrepreneurs.
It's a global organization.
Segment of the community.
Yeah. No, congratulations. For seeing your dream this far and successfully building it day after day, week after week, year after year. We will be at your event, following the event and observing what you just said, and then come back to you once again next week.
Well, we would like our people, those who are listeners, go to our website. It's very simple, www.gopio.net. You will get all the information about the convention, and we look forward to having you there.
Thank you very much, Thomas Abraham, to you for your vision and your team who have made this extraordinary dream real today. Congratulations and best of wishes for this weekend.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you, Thomas. Bye-bye. So, Nitya.
That was an inspiring story.
Yeah, certainly this is a very unique platform they have built, which is not a very local. Normally we have local, but this is global platform they saw in '89 through essentially that cause of, when the South Asians are being targeted in New Jersey, and they picked up that and then took it.
They grew on it.
And they've done a good job globally. They work together. Like he said, group of professionals, all kinds of people come together to make it happen.
Right.
So that brings to the end of this week, and we'll be looking to what's happening next week.
Yeah, this week was a quieter week, but thank you for watching us on Eye on South Asia, and stay with us as we take you through the different stories about South Asians living in North America here on Eye on South Asia. I am Nitya Karthik.
And I am Sunil Hali. You're watching us on Eye on South Asia week after week. You can also see us on YouTube. Tell your friends and family all over the world.